Well, the CEOs of Kroger and Albertsons are in a Portland courtroom today trying to convince a federal judge their possible merger will be good for shoppers and their workers.
Yeah, the corporate leaders are facing off with the FTC, which wants to block what could be the largest ever supermarket merger. Lisa Balick tonight at federal court. She is live with much more. Lisa.
Yeah, cameras are not allowed inside here, but I was inside, and they talked about how they intend to lower prices if the merger gets the green light. But the prosecutor says, hey, not so fast, because we don't see any kind of complete guarantees you'll lower the prices. And, of course, questions, too, about how long that could happen. But the CEOs were on the stand today. Rodney McMullen, the CEO of Kroger, which owns Fred Meyer stores, said even if there is more inflation, he promises his company would lower prices more than if there was no merger. McMullen says he comes from a union family and that 65% of the Kroger workers are union. His stores would remain unionized, and he said he expects after a merger and sales of dozens of stores to C&S, a wholesale grocer, those stores would likely remain unionized, but the prosecutor pointed out there's no guarantee. And while Kroger promises not to close any stores at the initial merger, some stores, including those sold off, could close later through consolidation or due to profitability. Vivek Sankaran, the CEO of Albertsons, which also owns Safeway stores, says those stores are financially sound, but without selling to Kroger, they'd have to consider options like layoffs and store closures. Hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent by Kroger and Albertsons on merger-related expenses. In court, we heard that a third of Kroger's $3 billion profit last year has been spent on this merger attempt. There are a lot of witnesses testifying in the court case if the judge decides to push the pause button on the merger, so a judge with the Federal Trade Commission can hear the case. Both sides say the Portland judge's decision could kill the $25 billion deal. You know, there's a lot of question whether or not these local stores, as we refer to them, really compete with the Costco's and with the Walmarts. But they say, hey, look, if people are going to those big box stores and buying, let's say, toilet paper for a month or two, they are taking away business from us. And that is partially what this is all about. They want more buying power. And the federal government says, no, it's going to be something that will just be too big and shouldn't happen. We'll be following this, again, very closely. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, Lisa, interesting to have all the eyes of that industry focused on Portland here for the foreseeable future.